let's do this. New fortress, new fun. Let's see what we can do here. So, when we last left off on our last fortress, we met a horrible, gruesome defeat at the hands of, lo and behold, Putrid Blendex. I wanted to get a site that had some sand,
Do this.
and by and large, it worked out well. So, let's take a look here and see what we've got. So, we did a new world gen. We made some tweaks to some of the raws just to clean up some issues we had with the gorillas that we added. So we went out and we did a bunch of site selections. We did, how many did we do? We did from A to O, however many that is. And we found 2 sites that worked out pretty well. And the 2 sites that we worked on, according to the prospect list at least, was we picked Site N, and I'll try to post a save file of the world gen. We backed up the save file so people could take a look at it. We did Site N, I think, or did we do P? No, it looks like we did P. Site P was listed as having clay, sand, and obsidian. It had about 8.7 units of iron, so that's 8,700. It had the requirements for steel. It had 1.4 for adamantine on the map, so about 1,400 units. It did have silver somewhere on there, and it did have gold somewhere on there. No platinum, no fuel, and no gypsum. So that was the map that we ended up selecting. And I was going to actually play about an hour or two before I was going to record this, but I decided to just start fresh. But what we did do is set out some of our designations, and we've made some improvements to our entrance. It's the same kind of setup. Our ramp is going to come in down here as usual, but we created these little boxes here to store bridges, so we can control who goes where. And ultimately, this rightmost tunnel will be our trap avoid tunnel. It's basically going to be a floodable tunnel, so we can flood it and it'll drain out over here. And we have, again, our prison and our barracks and a hallway that leads to our shooting area over here like we did last time. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to actually make a small tweak on this. We're actually going to have a staircase going down. What was happening last time is when we set somebody to patrol to this spot, the patrol range is actually about 4 blocks in any direction, so we had people walking out onto this bridge to patrol. So it was basically, we'd set the note here, but they could go as far as about 4 blocks in any direction. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it downstairs, so they'll just walk past. That'll hopefully take care of some of that. We're going to pre-dig out an area to store our tradable items for our caravan. And we'll be putting bridges in these areas to kind of control where they can go. This area over here will be ultimately for a Titan later. We're just kind of designating that off initially. Again, we have our standard drop pit. We got our archery range planned out, ammo storage. This area we're going to just dig out for minerals if necessary. We also set up and plan for a water supply, which will come down to our main base here. And unlike the last video, you'll notice that there's a little bit of dig designation here. This is for what I call a wading pool. This area here is going to have a depth of 4 water. So what will happen is as everybody goes to sleep or whatnot, they're going to actually dip through the water and clean themselves off. And one of the tricks to that, and we'll have a storage space for soap here, but one of the tricks here is we're going to build a bridge in here to control the water depth when we flood it. So we'll be putting a bridge in here and stuff like that. We also need to tie this to a drain, but we'll get to that a little bit later. So we've got that laid out, and then we've got our first bedrooms here, and then we'll be unlocking them as we need them. So there should be more than enough bedrooms for our fortress. We've got some area for crafting. We got our initial offices, and we've kind of planned this all out. There's our fishing room. There'll be the hospital. Things like that. So, but we'll get down to that eventually. We're also going to try, again, we'll end up boxing this area off here. We just want to get a little bit access to the stream here. And I still have to do the designations for the tower. So I was going to take care of that here just real quick. And a little bit better tower placement, hopefully. So dig, J. And from our experience last time, I think, because they're going to want to go towards the entrance, which I think we put the entrance over here somewhere. Where is it here? Yeah, it'll be just before the stream here, so it'll be right in here. So I'm wondering if we should, how many towers we should go with. We went with 5 towers last time, but that was kind of insufficient for coverage. So I'm just trying to figure out where we should put some additional towers. And this looks good here. Let's go J, I, you want 1, 2, 3. I think there. I think that's the same level. Or is that, we gotta go up, we gotta go down 1 more. 2 more. 3. 2. There we are. Alright, so let's do that. So we come 1, 2, 3, 4. So up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So put 1 there. I'm just wondering. Let's go here. J. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's go. It's awfully close. Let's go. Let's purge this one. Let's move this in a bit more. Actually, you know something? Let's do something different. Let's have no perimeter towers this time. Let's really hedge our bets on them coming to us. Just to mix things up. The perimeter towers are nice for picking people off, but I think we're going to take a little bit more of a bait approach. I think we'll do our initial box, but we're going to put stuff on the outside of the box to lure them in. I think that's going to be a better option. We'll throw some wildlife or something like that. Just to see if we can bait them in a little bit more. Have a little bit more fun that way. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's go U. Let's find our hunter, CPE, enter. Alrighty, DT. Gotta clear our trees as usual. Let's do about there. That looks good. And we've got a lot of clay to work with from what I'm wagering. So let's get a little unpause here. And let's get, we're gonna need our usual stockpile. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And there, go. Alrighty. And this map does have sand and it does have clay, so we made sure for the site selection we got a site that's going to give us all of the type of industries we want to be able to work with. We did a lot of scouting and we made sure we had everything that we needed so we could show off various different aspects of the game. So here's our clay area, and I think this is where we're going to build our temporary. So let's do this. There, boom. Yeah, and then we'll go here. We'll go. Actually, let's just go like this. 1, 2, 3. There. We get our temporary room set up here. As usual. And there. That should be enough for the farms that we're going to need here. We're going to actually dig out this whole layer, I think, ultimately. But let those guys do their thing. You guys are hauling. P. We're going to need our ORO as usual. P. Refuse. We're going to have just a little tiny one here. We're going to actually go 3, and then we're going to have another refuse pile there. And if you've noticed, we're going to quantum stockpile our trash. just to cut down on our space. So we want to try to really see if we can scale this down just a bit more. Okay, you're hunting storks. If you notice up here at the top, this biome that we've got here, I think actually has a good alignment, so we might actually have an opportunity to score us some unicorns. One of the raw file changes that we did do is we did allow for unicorns to be trained for either hunting or war. So we do have access to war unicorns. Let's get a meeting room. These guys can get their dig on. So we should have a good time with this fortress. Again, we planned this time for a little bit more options. And in fact, EX, I don't need. We'll cut it right there for now. We also have obsidian, and the advantage of obsidian is that gives us obsidian short swords, and we can use those for weapon traps. Lots of weapon traps. So that does give us a bit of advantage. Build, workshop, we need a butcher. We'll throw the butcher right here temporarily, N, leather, and we need Z, we need that kitchen, put it right there, and we need a carpenter, which we'll put right there temporarily. There. Okay, next up, we have P, no, build P, there we go. Actually, we're going to do 2 wide this time. I think last time we really weren't using a lot of our farm space as much as we had laid out, so no point in having excess. And we'll do these 2 by 2. Every dig counts. We'll get this carved out here, and then see, that's our water channel, isn't it? Yes, it is. So we have to dart around that somehow. P. Let's go animal storage initially, just because we can. Kitchen, make sure we're not cooking our booze as usual. No lump helmets either until we got a good enough amount of seeds. A plump helmet, B plump helmet, C plump helmet, D plump helmet. A, let's do pigtails, sure. A, C, pigtails, we're fine. A, let's go sweet pods, B, sweet pod, C, D. Alright, okay, and then A, quarry bush, B, quarry bush, C, quarry bush, D. Okay, we're fine there. Okay. Okay, there. And that's our base. So we tap over to that, the tunnel. We want to make sure we go top down, so. Alright, pause, P, D, enable, 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 except for the squishy stuff. Enable, 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 enable. Don't care, don't care. And we'll put you right here. We're actually going to be relocating a lot of our farms this time around. Ultimately, we're going to try to flood rooms. That way we can just have them real deep underground just for fun. Alright, unpause. You guys are done digging. Let's get started on the entrance. DH. There. Go to town, guys. Why did I go up that high? I don't remember why. Let's go dig. that should get them concerned with the entrance. So far good, so good. We'll see how we do with obsidian and see if that helps us out when it comes to our whole weapon trap issues. It looks like we already found, what is that, our iron? We have iron and we have silver on this map, so I can finally get some silver warhammers going. And in case you can pick that up on the microphone, today's vape flavor is Champagne Rose. Alrighty. You guys are busy, you guys are chopping wood. We need beds, again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Build, workshop, L. I've already butchered, it looks like one of the birds there. What the hell, why not? Let's do this. See if they pick up on that a little early. Alrighty, quick adjustment to our labors here. Same as always. Let's find our miners. Clear all labors except for mining. Boom. Alrighty, and professions. Sort by race. Giving everybody carpentry again, masonry, and mechanisms. Commit. Except for our miners again. Well, we'll see if we do any better this time around than others. As also as a notice, by the way, I will be doing going back to the Minecraft videos here. It looks like Resident Rise is about ready to get their next staple release. If that happens, I still haven't figured out what the schedule will be, but sounds like so far I'll be alternating every other day between Dwarf Fortress and Minecraft. So I really haven't figured out if it would be even or odd days or how that works, but we'll see what we can do here. Bed. Yes, the nephews are asking me when I'm going to start doing the Minecraft stuff again, and we're getting close. So there'll be some additional content and hopefully a little bit more fun diversity to some of the videos that are around. So I have been looking at some of these other kind of DF-like games like Nemoria, and there's another one that was coming out about a crash-landed space site that's in alpha right now. I might pick those up, but if that happens, those will likely be weekend stuff if I can free up some time on the weekends. So look forward to that possibility and some growing content in that regard. Dig faster! I'm going to put the bridges in at the last possible minute, too. We also picked up some suggestions from other people, and one of my viewers pointed out the single pick challenge. I did watch that. That was a lot of fun. And we also picked up some, through email and stuff like that, some suggestions on where to put that staircase for the return. So we will actually, if you notice here, that's where we're going to move our staircase this time. One of the suggestions was if we do decide to shutter with bridges to redirect people, if for whatever reason somebody were to sneak past that wasn't trap avoid, but we wanted to move them a different way, we can do that. Another possibility for this room over here is we might actually make that our Elven trading post, shall we say, that may or may not accidentally flood full of water or other unmentionables. Maybe. Depends. We have some buffer space above, so if we want to put another drop pit in there, we could, have a bunch of caged goblins, for instance, trap a goblin, or trap an elven caravan in there, and then just drop a bunch of goblins down there. That could be fun. So, we have that space reserved for whatever we're going to end up doing with it, so we'll get around to it one way or the other. But we should have enough stone where we can actually start build, see, wall, box, hollow. Just seeing how much space we want to give ourselves here. We are going to be moving these guys downstairs really quick, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We could go like that. We just want to grab just a little bit of that river. So I'd say maybe that much space sounds good. Maybe. Is that going to give me 3, 6, 9, 18-ish, 25-ish, 50, it's rounded up to 70, 140, plus another 50, so let's say 300-ish. 300-ish units to get that done with whatever we're going to do. DT, let's grab a whole chunk of trees, though, while we're waiting. Q, add, alright, our beds are done. We are going to need some mine carts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's grab a few. 1, 2, 3, 4. A few extra axes. That way our guys can just, we can get everybody chopping if need be, so. We're hitting our, that should be, is that 10 count, I think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I only got 8 in there. I should have made that a little bit longer, but oh well. 8 traps will be sufficient. So it has been said, so it shall be written, so it shall be done. Do I get bonus points for a 10 Commandments reference? Oh, they already went down. Good. So there's that. I have no idea what those dwarves are working on now. We are going to need a lot more wood, and in fact, I'd really rather get the wood over here. So P, W, let's actually stash our wood right here. And we'll kill the wood storage here. Settings. Oh, we didn't put it there anyways. Alright. Build bed. Bed. Okay, planting's going good. Not going to worry about segregating those out yet till we really dig out that downstairs. Alrighty. Build table, planning mode. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 chairs, planning mode. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, how are we doing down here? Making progress. Minecarts are almost done. And I really want to get P. Let's just get our stone out of there because I don't want that there. And the cart. Disable, enable, block all. Where is it here? Gypsum. There we are. Boom. You guys are busy digging away. This is good. I did not do a lot of the site selection and planning on this. I actually had a friend of mine do some of the underground stuff. And he said we do have some fuel on this map. I don't know where it is. So that'll be kind of fun to see if we can find where the fuel is. So I don't have a lot of understanding of what's down past here. I did the sewer stuff and I still have to fix a little bit of that, but beyond this point I really don't know what's going on, so that'll be interesting to see when I get to it. A little bit of a surprise for me, I suppose. So let's see here. Do you have a cavern breakthrough planned already as well? Yes, he does have it planned. I don't know where it is though. I promised him I wouldn't really look past the main fortress level, so I don't know where it is. He said that everything is set for magma forges, and he said there's a surprise. I don't know what it is, so I'm a little concerned about that. But no, he went through and he did everything below that, so I have not looked at it. So you are in the dark, but he did say that a cavern breakthrough is planned. So I thought that was kind of an interesting format that we would try, is to have him plan out everything below that, so I'm still surprised. I don't know if the breakthrough is in midair or if it's like at ground level. If it's at ground level, then I'll have to start getting some traps ready, see if we can get lucky and get a giant cave spider or something. I think this time I'd like to see if I can get a hold of a giant cave spider. So once we find the caves, I think I am going to put an exit point there if we're lucky enough to get like an artifact door. And if not, I'll just make a bridge or something. But yeah, I'd like to get a hold of I'd like to get some silk going this time. So, and if we can get a spider, what I'd probably end up doing is in the flood hallway, I might set up like over in this area a giant cave spider webbing spot. But we'll see. I did some playing around with also a water shotgun system. I don't know if we'll get that far. Again, I don't like using really overly powered trap setups. I mean, we're going to have a flooding hall, and that's pretty cheaty to me, but it depends. I mean, it gets boring if we keep getting wiped out the first trap avoid invasion we get. So hopefully, though, with this much obsidian, we'll be in a little bit better shape. Just because we can get obsidian short swords made, and we can load up cage traps with obsidian short swords and all that kind of fun stuff. So, and that will give us a very large supply, because we're basically going to put obsidian short swords on repeat, because we'll end up using them either for weapon traps or army. So most of our soldiers should have no problem getting a hold of at least an obsidian short sword. Our assault team, our assault squad, the one that we're really going to kind of manage, we're going to have them with silver warhammers. So hopefully that takes care of our weapon needs there. Armor, because we do have copper and silver, as well as lead and some other things. We're going to see if we can try to get a little bit more rapid usage out of that. Okay, so our trash is here. Let's go build, construction, track stop, and we want it to dump west. And we had a 3-pack here, right? I think we went here. Yeah, there's the 3 and there's the 1. What's that? Oh yeah, that's a building. Never mind. Ah, dang it. Build, see, track stop. Dump west. There. We'll make you out of... We'll make it out of a piece of schist. Why not? Hauling. New route. Same route. Trash 1. Stop. We're going to take from this stockpile, deliver to that stockpile, give, here, take, and refuse. We want all the squishy stuff. There we are. And then let's make sure those stockpiles are set accordingly as well. We only want the squishy stuff. Stuff that's going to rot and stink. So, refuse, and only the squishy stuff. And we want to make sure no barrels, yep, no bins, no barrels, no bins. There we go. And then hauling, we can assign a vehicle because we already made them. Boom. There. So that should drastically shrink the amount of space we need for trash and whatnot. If this was a more dangerous place, we would dig a pit at the dump point so stuff couldn't crawl back out. If you're like in a really like a terrifying or horrifying area, just like a 3 or 4 deep pit, and then you can put like a hatch on it if you need to. There's a couple other options. You can also make it flushable. You have the pit go down like 3, and then you have a flow of water that drains out somewhere, and then it kind of flushes everything along. We can deconstruct our wagon now. How are we doing down here? We've almost made our way back up, which is good. I think our carpenter is done. Board? Yep. Let's get some cages. Is that J? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's as many as I like to work with initially. Alrighty. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, because I have no idea what's going on down below. And believe me, my friend that made this one out, I was teaching him how to play Dwarf Fortress. Let's just say he's the kind of friend that would be more than happy to draw on my face if I passed out drunk. So when he says there's a surprise down there, Oh boy. I'll have to be careful with what we're digging out when we get to that point, so I have a feeling. My worst case fear is there's one of those little underground fortress things, and he's got me digging right up next to it. But we'll see. Dig faster, you little bastards! And concerning the Minecraft videos, also, what I also might do is shrink this down to a 2-hour session rather than a 3-hour session, then do an hour of Minecraft. I just set up a SMP server for myself, and then I tend to go on, play for a little bit, kind of show the nephews and stuff like that. There's a lot of new stuff I haven't even looked at since the last time I did videos for that, so it'll be interesting to see. It'll be a learning experience for me and all the new stuff and resident induction and stuff like that, so... Alright, now in this temporary space up here, I have enough room for the depot. Build a depot. Nope. Something still hasn't been dug out. Alright. Come on. There we go. How are we doing on our cages? I think we're getting close to done, aren't we? Yep. Add, let's go table, 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 table. That's 6, right? Yeah. Oh god, you guys are going to be racquetballing back and forth, aren't you? Yeah. So, 4 out of 5 dentists. That's got to be the most interesting nick I've seen in a long time. Now, my question is do the 4 out of 5 dentists approve? That's what I'm really interested in. Build depot. Screw it. Let's make it out of obsidian. Why not? Go with an obsidian theme. Yay, we've got our dog spot. Come here, dogs. 2, 3, 4. I don't like putting your cats in there. Alrighty, let's go. Key, I want to set this up right off the bat here. I'm going to leave a little bit of room in the back, though, and that'll make sense here in a second. Let's go with finished goods, settings, and the finished goods thing. There's certain things I use only for export. Musical instruments, toys, figurines, amulets, scepters, crowns, rings, earrings, bracelets, totems, and that's about it. So that kind of stuff will end up down there, and we'll end up marking that for auto trade. The only thing we don't want to put in there is any of the top 3s. All of our junk goes there, and nothing metal, because we'll smelt down stuff. Build, workshop, mason. In the meantime, though, we're going to use this just to help clear out some of this stuff. Completely. Good to know. Good to know. Alright, our first save is done. One of the things I try to do is, as recording permits, is I try to keep especially the Twitch people, as involved as possible. You are the main reason why I do this, besides my nephews, is to share the content and kind of just give you guys an opportunity to play along and hang out. So, again, as I play, I will try as much as I can to reference the people in chat. And for the YouTube people, I will throw out shout-outs as I can as well. But again, for the most part, it's for the Twitch people that are watching this live, so it's not as boring as just watching me fail in spectacular fashion. So, let's see here. Come on, people, dig faster. How are we doing on our trees? Good. All right. let's revise this. Everybody else that's not a miner, custom profession, base citizen, apply, sort by profession, and we'll just get everybody set up here like I usually do here. You are my farmer brewer, right? Alright, so let's set everybody to commoner. Profession commoner. While we're starting out here, I'll give everybody farming and everybody brewing and everybody cooking. Everybody should have masonry, wood cutting, carpentry, stone crafting, woodworking, and bone carving, and mechanics, just so every base is covered while we start out here. Wood is going okay, and this should bump up our number of tree cutters here. And there, and that, and then make sure my hunter is still set to hunting because we need the protein. Where is my hunter? Here it is. You are a hunter. You cannot cut wood because you need to carry a bow. And let's see, wall. Let's see, we want to come down about 3-ish here, I think. Still set to hollow, so that's good there. We got our trash. Let's go here. Yeah, looks good. Wood, 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 wood. And that's all we're going to do for now. Table's almost done, so I can add chair. There. And those are getting put in their place. That's good. And I really could use a spot for a mechanism. Let's go. You guys got a chance. This is 3, right? There. I can stash a little mechanism shop in there so they can haul less, shorter distances. Alrighty. We're doing okay. They're pulling in that. Let's get a brew series done. 1, 2, 3. That should be enough for now. We are officially broken through, so that's good. So we can seal this up a little bit more. We're okay. Bill, workshop H, fishery. Sure, why not? There. You guys are cleaning that up good. Now, how did we compartmentalize this? That was our main dining hall. Come over here, and we got plenty of room for levers in here. Actually, let's do this, EX. Just because it looks a little nicer to have little lever cubbies. Like that. There. Okay. Okay, that's pretty much clean and open. Build, workshop, no, build, workshop, T, mechanic shops, and we'll make it out of lunite. There. And we'll need a crafts dwarf shop. Crud, I could use another spot then, couldn't I? Dig. He's got to come over here. 1, 2, 3. And just because I like symmetry, so, what is that? That comes over 3, and that comes over. Let's do this. There. I forgot. I'm going to need a crafts dwarf to make all those obsidian short swords. Alrighty, so we're going to need a first 10 of those for our cage traps. nobody idle, which is good. Lots of people chopping trees. This is better. We got nothing that the buzzards can steal because all our food is down underground now, so that's okay. We planted all of our seeds, so that's a good sign. And we've got brewing going there. Before we breach, we're going to actually redo our farming area because we're going to dig out this whole layer. This whole layer is going away. This is all going to be one giant tree farm. So we'll have a whole big chunk of map here to work with. Just because we really want to have a lot of safe. And it's, again, if we have to take the option of sealing the fortress, I want to make sure we have a sufficient amount of wood that we can use in the meantime. So build, workshop bar, crafts dwarf, night, there we go. You guys are busy, right? And we're gonna have chairs still. Okay, chopping good. Yeah, we got a clown wall, but I'm not too terribly worried. They're digging good. Let's see here. So far, so good. We got, you're plowing through the traps pretty quick, probably. Yeah, you're doing okay. Did some more research, by the way, and cutting wood keeps your dwarves awake. And it's within, I think, 5 layers, so our main base is low enough below where our tree farm is going to be, where cutting wood isn't going to keep everybody awake. And also smoothing stone, I found out, wakes up dwarves. So before we move people into their own bedroom, we're going to make sure we've at least smoothed their bedroom. Just to kind of improve the quality of life, shall we say. Alrighty, so let's get rock, short sword, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that'll form our first 10 or so weapon traps. Alright, we're going to need to do this. Dig. So we'll need a way for them to get back up as they dig down. So that's going. Alrighty, and because chickens do not need to technically be penned versus starving, we'll be moving them downstairs shortly too. We're just waiting for that first pass to get done. Build cage, and we'll go 1, 2. Start that out. Get them busy doing that. A camel, really? Let's see. Shift B, and female 30, oops, female 30, male 30, adult female, go with 5, and adult males, I don't like the idea of 1. If 1 dies, we're screwed, so let's go with 2, just to be careful. Alrighty, so we'll go with A, auto start, W, and that ought to do. Get that out of the way. Chairs are going in. That'll make them happier. Let's get some basic meals started here if I can. Add 1, 2, 3. That ought to help. And there's our first migrant wave. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if we get lucky. 1, 2. Ooh, we got, looks like 3 dwarves to start out with here. It's a little better than last time. I think we got 2. We'll go migration wave, refresh. There they are. And custom profession, base citizen. And you. I'll just set you all to commoner status for now. Don't have enough where I really want to specialize yet. And we'll make sure you have carpentry, wood cutting, masonry, and mechanics. And screw it. You can have farming too. Boom. Alright, make sure we didn't get any, miss anything here. Not pasteurized. Alright, we're good. So I didn't bring anything with. Okay. Making progress. We have somebody making our first rock short sword. This is good. We are going to need 1 wood for every short sword. So I gotta keep tabs on that. I don't think we're hurting for wood right now. Once everybody's done integrating and getting over their initial move-in jitters, we'll get some more people moving. Now, we didn't get any building destroyers for the first 3 years or so, so I think it'll be safe enough where we can actually put a door in to speed up our access in and out of this main area. We can always get rid of it and patch that hole later, so. And we're going to do one other little thing here real quick, which will make sense to a lot of people from the last one here. It's not alder, ash, birch, but we're going to cancel that one. This is going to be our sneaky way to bait people in. We'll put 1 creature in that spot, and hopefully that will kind of lure bad guys near the fortress where we can actually take shots at them. So even if we seal the fortress, hopefully that'll be there. And if we can get a piece of like artifact furniture or something, we'll throw it out there, and that will lure any building destroyers too. So alrighty, keep chopping, people. We're running out of time, and we're running out of time fast. How are we doing on stockpiles? Drink. Let's get another drink order in. Where is it here? There it is. We had to do 1, 2, 3. There. Okay. Keep digging. Keep digging. We're almost through. Cage trap. We can finish our cage traps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, we have how many we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. Let's go build TC. We'll put 1 here. And I'll put 1 there. I think that's all of them, right? 9. We need 1 more. We'll put it right there. There. There's our 10 cage traps. Say what? Oh, yeah. I probably should move that here. Move temporarily up here. We don't really care. You will wander all over the place. This X shift N there. Who would have thought about that a little bit more? Could have pre-planned that a little bit better, but oh well. And I do not need the water buffalo or the camel. They just take up space. We don't care. Hopefully we don't get the nest box glitch again. That'd be nice. Speed things along. Build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get 10 more of those for our 10 weapon traps. Alrighty. 1 spot left to dig. Come on. Actually, two spots left to dig. There's one, and I'm assuming two is going to start here in a second. Think about it more. I want to put a tower there. Let's put one. Let's say midway. Right. Yeah, this looks good. Let's put one right here. J. I. And up. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Okay, so that takes care of everything down there. We got that one little spot to do. Now let's see, wall. And we'll go right here. Let's do wood again because it's quick. Oak. Oh, there, perfect. And make sure you get rid of that. Actually, let's get rid of everything in between here and there. That gives us a clear shot at the entrance. Alrighty, much better. As we all sit around and spaz around about hauling chickens around. Okie dokie. Get this tower dug out here, and then comes the big dig. Alrighty, let's open her up. Egg eye. Let's see what horrors are waiting for us downstairs. And dig. There we go. Yeah, the moment they hit that, they're going to start wanting to dig. We'll put a break here. There. That'll prevent them from working on the sewers. We don't need the sewers just yet. In fact, let's compartmentalize that too, just temporarily. Okay, bounty, weapon trap. Let's get our first one in here. Iron, done. Weapon trap. Done. Trap. And done. There we go. Another thing we got to do is build G bridge. We want to raise that way. Or do we want to raise that way, actually? Yeah, let's have it flip outwards. So, boom. Yeah, that'll work. There. Now we get our first bridge in, build G down. Let's get our second bridge in. That should be wide enough for a caravan to get through as well. There. That'll keep them busy. Chopping away. Drink, we are getting dangerously low. Add brew, repeat. No, I don't want to repeat. Add brew, add brew, add brew. Let's get a dedicated brewer and a dedicated farmer. Who's going to make a good brewer and farmer? I want to check the professions here real quick and see. Alright. Gerbed, no. 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 Yes. Custom profession. Clear all laborers. You are now officially my farmer. Commit. And I need a brewer. Who wants to be my brewer? There we go. We got a full-time brewer. Clear all custom profession brewer. There. be our critical services. We got 2 guys whose sole job, farming and brewing. So that'll do. That will do. Alrighty. And where'd that hunter go? You cleared all laborers, custom profession noble, and you are now my full-time hunter. That'll hopefully keep us moving on meat. Ah, we found bituminous coal, so we do have fuel around here somewhere. Aha! That's good. Get us some early forging done before we get down to the lava. Looks like we got 2 guys full-time cutting. I'll take it. We should have some sand, so there we go. Problem is, we're going to need a lot of leather. We're going to need a lot of leather to manage our sand. To keep that going. X. There we go. First bridge is already done. You know, it just got in. How are things going? Not too bad. We started the map up. We're doing okay. We're in an area that has sand, obsidian, and clay. I had a friend do the layout below this level here, so I have no idea what's below this. So he did say that he has a cave breach planned for us, but he didn't say if it was, you know, elevated or what. So so far so good. We're gonna try not having towers everywhere. We're just going to have one by the entrance. And then we put a spot right here for a bait creature or a piece of furniture or something. So my right index finger smells like sushi. Right index finger smells like... were you eating sushi? Oh, well, here's the cave. Let's take a look. What do we got here? Looks like we got our marble... So it is in the air. That's a good sign. Eef, that's awfully close. Let's see, how far down did he go? Oh, that must be the forge room. Okay. Makes sense. What the hell is that? What? Doesn't even go anywhere. Was he drunk? It doesn't go anywhere. Second cape? I am confused. Wait a minute. Ah, okay, never mind. I figured out what he did. I'm guessing over here is where we tap in for the lava down below to come in. So I'm guessing there's lava here somewhere, and then we're gonna pipe it. Yeah, I'm guessing we're piping it in. So what is that staircase up to? That must be... Yeah, okay, I guess this sort of makes sense. I think I'm going to cut it, though, at the cave breach. Oh, he already did. Okay. Alright, I think I know what he's thinking. I think I know what he was doing. I hope he knows what he's doing. Knowing my friend, though, it sounds like a bunch of goblin part hauling. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of serrated glass discs. I'm looking forward to that, but I'm going to need the leather to get the bag, so... Did we finish up our mechanism? We got one left, so build, trap, weapon trap. And another obsidian short sword, weapon, enter there, and another obsidian short sword, done. So, yeah, this is the main fortress level here that I laid out, and then everything below this was laid out by a buddy of mine after I was teaching him how to play Dwarf Fortress, so...